Before the video starts, look at this. 95% of you are not subscribed. You just come to my channel and don't subscribe. That's some disrespect on another level. For real though, I need to feed this fluff ball and I can't afford it if you don't subscribe. So hit it right now and enjoy the video. For this week's character spotlight, Lizardman won by 9 votes in a landslide election against his opponent. So if your character did not get picked this week, make sure to vote in this week's poll. It will be located in the community tab. And yeah, let's get into his backstory. If you saw the last video on Magnus, you would already know a little bit about his twin brother, Lizardman, aka Michael Grayson. For those of you who didn't, by the way, you should go check it out. Let me clue you in. Michael and Jack Grayson are twin brothers in the middle years of high school. They each have their own qualities that make them the person they are. Michael is more charming, sarcastic, and geeky, but struggles with his grades, and Jack is a bit more serious, but very intelligent. Each of their personalities can really go in depth, but it's an integral part of the story. But let's move on. Michael sees his parents as heroes because his mom works as a nurse and his dad is a police officer. And when he eventually gets his powers, this is what pushes him to use them for good. Now, the way that they got their powers is not being bitten by a radioactive lizard. I would not just pull that from Spider-Man, but they found a meteor that just outside their house and obviously had to go and investigate it. And the last thing they remember from the night is where gooey substance launching at each of their faces. They woke up from their beds, then they just passed it off as a weird dream. Now, his story does not end there. Throughout the day, they each experience weird, almost supernatural experiences. Jack started almost levitating things, and Michael seems to have extraordinary strong, each of them seeming to gain muscle overnight. That day, Michael had missed the bus, so he had to walk home, and on his way home, he fell into a sewer system that was filled with lizards and crawling everywhere. He looked at his arm, and there was a strange, almost scaly-like texture under his skin. He thinks that maybe the dream he had was truly real. He correlated the lizards to the scaliness of his arm, and he thinks that he may have gained similar abilities to a lizard. He thought he was going crazy, like this was a whole big dream. Why would a random teenager get superpowers? So he tried his theory of his so-called lizard abilities and went to the sewer wall, closed his eyes, and attempted to climb. He could not believe his eyes as he slowly scaled the wall with minimal effort. He started to speed up and reach the top of the sewer and said, "I am the Lizard Man." Once again, Lizardman and Magnus' story does not end there, but if you enjoyed my pitch and would like to see a comic made about the duo, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications and support, because every little thing helps to make the Evolution Comics universe come to life. Now let's get into the cool stuff. Lizardman, well, obviously has the powers of a lizard, but he has a lot of powers based on different lizard species. For example, his claws, can turn quote-unquote invisible like a chameleon, can breathe for extended amount of time underwater just like an aquatic lizard. He has natural gliders under his arms like a gliding lizard, and of course, extraordinary strength like the Komodo dragon. And his abilities do not end there. There's so many possibilities for his abilities. I would like to hear what you guys have by leaving a comment down below. Anyways, let's move on to his technology. Now, all the technology that is made for Lizardman is crafted and constructed by his brother Jack, aka Magnus. So let's start off with his most important gadget, his bionic tail. My original design for Lizardman, I had his tail being organic, but I don't think having his tail grow out of his ass is not that appealing. Anyways, his tail can extend to a couple feet long, making it a very effective weapon in battle, and can result in some very cool fighting techniques. Including the length, it is very strong like the Komodo dragon tail. Now, there are many possibilities for abilities for his tail, but I want to move on to his final ability / gadget, his eyes. Now, his eyes are placed along the side of his head, and he has an interface that has ability to have his vision to the side of his head to normal vision, because lizards have their eyes on the side of the head because it gives them better sight to catch prey. Now, that was probably one of the longest ability breakdowns, and I haven't even gone through all of his abilities, but if you do have an idea for Lizardman, leave it in the comments. I would love to hear what you all have. Well, I hope you enjoyed getting to hear a little bit more about my character Lizardman, and make sure to vote for next week's character spotlight. And those who stuck it out to the end, leave a lizard emoji in the comments so I know who the real ones are. Enjoy the rest of your holiday season, and bye-bye.